Yes sir, what's up guys, it's Canon M50 backing up with another video. In this video, I'm not going to be reviewing a Pop-Tart, but I'm going to be reviewing a Pop-Tart themed movie. I've seen all the comments, especially this one, asking to see my reaction to the new Unfrosted movie by Jerry Seinfeld, loosely based around the story of the invention of the Pop-Tart. I was aware of Jerry Seinfeld's Pop-Tart joke from his stand-up early on in his career, just about like the astonishment of like when the Pop-Tart first came out when he was a kid. And I honestly thought that this Pop-Tart movie was gonna be a documentary about the invention of the Pop-Tart and he was just gonna like host it or something. But then I saw all the people that were attached to the movie and I was like, oh, so this is gonna be like a comedy. Kellogg's didn't know he was doing it. He didn't get permission to do any of this, but he did it anyway and essentially made his own Pop-Tart fan fiction, which I accept. So the premise of the movie is based on a fact that companies Kellogg's and Post were trying to make a breakfast pastry of sorts, and Kellogg's beat out Post in making the better one. But this movie kind of amplifies that to kind of seem like when the space race was happening, like US or Soviet Union, who's gonna get to space first. I do think it is crazy that the inventor of Pop-Tarts, Bill Post, actually passed away this past February, and Seinfeld plays a version of him that's like the character's a different name and everything, but I wonder what he would have thought of this movie. As the promo was actually going on, like Pop-Tarts did start doing some cross promotion stuff with Jerry Seinfeld, which I want to say I called years ago when I first learned that Jerry Seinfeld had a Pop-Tart joke. I tweeted something. I'll put it up on the screen. And in honor of the movie, we've got some unfrosted Pop-Tarts here. Yeah, so let's get into this movie. Before I even watched it, I knew that none of this movie should be taken seriously. None of it is true. Jerry has said that. It's silly, it's ridiculous. There's so many references to the Kellogg's cereal characters and in other foods and snacks. Like if you really pay attention to like your favorite snacks when you were a kid, I feel like this is a good nostalgia hit. You'll see Chef Boyardee, you'll see the Keebler Elf, you'll see Tony the Tiger, which is Hugh Grant. I like the world of the Kellogg's company. Like they have a cafeteria in their company building where it's just a buffet of cereals, which I thought was really cool to watch. I thought Jim Gaffigan as Mr. Kellogg was great in this movie. And I also thought that Amy Schumer and Max Greenfield as the rivaling Post people, I thought they were pretty good as like the silly psychotic villains and the sidekick. I thought they were really good in this. And it has the dance number ending. There's a really cool song sang by Jimmy Fallon and Meghan Trainor. I thought that was the choice, but I mean it was still fun. Now to get into the things I didn't necessarily like about the movie, I'm not saying that this should have been a kids movie. I thought the silliness and the goofiness and the fictionalized version of the Pop-Tart origin story is very different from the way that they incorporated actual references to the 60s like JFK, Nazi Germany. Like there's actual real references to the 60s and it's kind of counterparted with this silly Pop-Tart story that has an actual story in real life that they didn't use. But also knowing that this movie was not to be taken seriously at all is kind of just like, it was only edgy because they made it very apparent that it was in the 60s. I think it still could have been like a fun PG movie. It was just about making this crazy idea of a breakfast pastry that you can put in the toaster that doesn't go stale, or you know, kind of like staying true to Seinfeld's original Pop-Tart joke. Honestly, years ago when Pop-Tarts had like all these animated commercials, I felt like that would have been a good way to get into either an animated series or an animated movie somewhere. But this past year, Pop-Tarts had this whole rebrand where Pop-Tarts are like eating themselves now. So I don't really know what Pop-Tarts wants. But yeah, I mean, I laughed a couple times. I think seeing Pop-Tarts on screen and being talked about for 90 minutes was really cool. It's a cool movie. I think if you watch it as a Seinfeld fan, it's not as great as B-Movie. If you're watching it as a movie fan, it's very clear that this is just some throwaway comedy. But if you're watching it as a Pop-Tart fan, I think you'll get what you need out of it. So thank you guys for watching. This is not a movie review channel. This is a Pop-Tart channel, so subscribe if you're into that. If you stumbled across this video and you like movies and filmmaking, go check out my short film. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next video.